Should the Milwaukee Bucks be concerned about Giannis Antetokounmpo's worst? We are following all the news about Bucks. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news. Every time the Milwaukee Bucks are about to get the whole team healthy, another injury occurs. There is concern this time around for Giannis Antetokounmpo's pulse after a terrifying slump against the Chicago Bulls in their final game before the All-Star break. Milwaukee had a full roster for about half a game on January 23rd, when Chris Middleton returned for the second time this season. Then Bobby Portis left with a knee injury and hasn't been back since. With Portis stepping up basketball-related activities and hoping to return shortly after the All-Star break, according to The Athletic's Eric Nim, Antetokounmpo will likely miss some time. With 11 minutes left in the second quarter against the Bulls on February 16th, Antetokounmpo closed in on Kobe White just left of the top of the arc at the three-point line. White passed the ball to the right side and began dribbling down an open lane towards the hoop. He climbed into traffic and tried to get the ball off the backboard and into the bucket. But Antetokounmpo never gives up. Its never-ending engine and willingness to push itself through every playthrough is one of its best assets. Despite falling behind White, he ran to the edge to try and block the shot. Antetokounmpo jumped in, almost missing the block, but tripped and landed on White on the ground, catching his wrist in the device that held the hoop on the baseline. He was immediately substituted and returned to the locker room, never returning to the game. Antetokounmpo was scheduled to participate in the All-Star weekend, making Team Antetokounmpo in the Skills Challenge and being named captain of the All-Star team. Drew Holiday took his place on Saturday night, and Antetokounmpo played just 20 seconds in the All-Star game, lightly slamming the ball in with both hands, clearly protecting his bandaged wrist, and committing a foul so he could be out of the game. He didn't come back. Shortly after the game, ESPN's Tim Bontemps reported that Antetokounmpo will fly to New York on Monday to receive more tests on his right wrist. This is far from ideal. Antetokounmpo was clearly favoring him in the 20 seconds he played in the All-Star game, wrapped up and acknowledged that he is a concern. When he was asked after the game how he was feeling, he replied, "Taking it day by day, try to stay healthy. You know, I obviously had the incident 3 days ago. I don't think it's smart at all. Play it many minutes in the All-Star game." The Bucks are notorious for not sharing much, or any, information about player injuries unless absolutely necessary. Don't expect them to change their ways for the franchise player. It is strange that Milwaukee chose Monday to check Antetokounmpo's pulse. If it was a serious concern, I think they would make the appointment for Friday, the day after the injury. I'm sure Antetokounmpo had plans to travel for All-Star weekend, but dealing with an injury is a much higher priority. The good news is that Milwaukee doesn't play again until Friday, when they host the Miami Heat. When play resumes, the Bucks are on a 12-game winning streak that will be tested, with or without their star. They play the Heat at home, Phoenix Suns at home, Brooklyn Nets away, and Philadelphia 76ers at home in 4 of their first 5 games after halftime. They will need to keep their wins if they want to catch the Boston Celtics in the second half. They are currently trailing the Celtics by 0.5 games. We'll see how that plays out, but if it were just a minor issue, he wouldn't need further testing in New York at a special facility. Keep your eyes and ears open and subscribe to the channel to hear any results that will be shared throughout the week.